Hey guys, so let's talk about one of the most common metals that we have in the industrial world. That will be copper. Copper, copper, copper. So, price of copper is trading around 3.16 US dollars right now. It went down to about 2.1 back in 2016 when all the commodities kind of just went to the bottom. Uh, crude, gold, all your commodities kind of hit the bottom. So what happened is when commodities they start to go really low, people want to buy them up. So back around 2013 on the chart, it was around 3.7 per pound of copper, and then it started just going like this, and coming up, 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 and then down, and then it just went to the bottom, and then it just did a little skip, and then it went down again. It did a double bottom, triple bottom, and then it just started to climb up, and that was about around the end of the year 2016, and it started to come around as closer it got to 2017. Now 2017 was a great year for copper actually. If you had any stocks such as like First Quantum, I think Sherritt International, I think they're a copper company as well. Uh, Anyways, First Quantum is probably on the TSX, probably the most traded copper stock that I'm aware of, and I think the last time I checked it was about 18 bucks. I had it one time for 10 bucks. Didn't hold it for very long. Anyways, you buy these commodities when they're at the bottom. You know, hits the valley. Uh, I like to put it in the valley. You know, it's not always that look, but what happens is it'll kind of just go to the bottom, and it might bottom out like this for a week or 2 weeks or longer, or trade sideways, and then it's gone down so much it has to test the next high. So what it'll try to start to go up, and that's usually when the bull run starts in these commodities. So, you know, as an investor, uh, hell, buying those copper stocks would have made you a lot of money in the last year and a half. Um, you know, get that compound interest, guys. Keep telling you, get that compound effing interest. Cause see, like you got 4,000 bucks, right? And then you put it into this stock, and you get your 50% or you get 100%. Oops. And then it goes to $8. Well, you know, hell, you just moved your money. If it went from $4 to $8 and you had $4,000, you just doubled your money. So hell, that's all life is. It's about doubling your money. If you get say $5,000, and then you move it into, and then you get a double, you get $10,000. Get a double from that. 10,000, you get 20,000. You double from that, you get 20,000, you get 40,000. You double from that, you get 40,000, you get 80,000. Double from that, you get 80,000, you get 160,000. You double from that, you get 320,000. You double from that, you get 640,000. You double from that, you get $1.2 million. That's what I'm talking about, guys. We all want to be millionaires. We all want to be six figures. We want to be seven figures, eight figures, wherever we want to go, right? But we're only going to do that if we double our money and we get that compound interest. We're never going to get that by working at, your Joe job, working for somebody. If you got a great business, sure that's great. Sure that's great. You can make a lot of money. But hell, you could be the most average person, but if you know how to pick your stocks and get in and out like a sniper, you're gonna compound your interest, and it's gonna build and build crazy. So I recommend for young investors and old investors and everybody to kind of get in sync with that. You don't need to marry any of these stocks. You can get in and you can get out. Hell, these companies, they'll sell their shares when they feel like it. Hell, it's just the way it goes. So, you know, don't play it twisted. It's just the way she goes. You wanna get that low RSI when you pick stocks that have good fundamentals. So if you wait for it to go down to about like 35 or so, and you get that valley or whatever, you can also look at candlesticks if you get good at that, and wait for the doji to turn to green doji and then moving on up. And so then you can get your compound interest. You can get your 10%, you can get your 20%, you can get your 30%. You can go on and on. See, it's just the great thing about it. And the real reality of it is, you got $30,000 and you get 30%. Well, hell, that's just $9,000. Like I said in another video, all you need is 1,000 thousands to create $1 million. As long as you're smart and you don't play and get cocky, you can attain that. Everybody in the world that tells us that us young people can't get wealthy or whatever, it's a farce. Hell, anybody, they could be in a low-paying job. They're able to come around with $1,200, and just constantly do that every year, and they're able to learn the markets. They can grow that money. I mean, you can play the markets long. You can play it short. I only play it really long, but I played ETFs short. I probably will get into the short side sometime in the future when the markets aren't as favorable to the bull side. But I mean, you gotta keep learning, keep striving, and believe. That compound interest is what's gonna get you to your destiny, wherever you want to be. So just grind and get that compound interest. $5,000 times 50%, you get your $7,500. You times it by 2, you get $15,000. Hell, you just got to keep moving on up in this world. Just keep going. So that's all I'm gonna say for this video on copper. That was a very good metal in 2017, and I'm not really sure actually. Let's just take a look before I end this video what it's going to look like potentially in the next few years. Alright, so there's a 9-year chart. Looking at it, and it went as high as $4.5 per pound. So that's pretty high, right? That was in 2011. Now it's gonna keep kind of pendulating up, but there should be some resistance around 3.5, 3.754. Hell, if it got up above that, like copper could just go on a crazy run. I'm not sure the historic high price for it. Let's see, 10 years, what it's got. It was at about 3.8 back in 2008, and then it fell. I'm only going back about 10 years just to kind of get a sense for the prices of copper in the last 10 years. And I'm gonna say it's looking like it's gonna keep kind of continually going up in the next few years. It will have its bumps and its stuff. It may even retrace to say like 2.75 or 2.5, but it seems to be going in the direction upwards. So it's an industrial metal. It just kind of seems as though it'll keep kind of going up in the next couple of years. There's that the resistance, but I guess we'll see. And you guys have fun and happy trading.